Hey everyone, welcome back. This is the iPhone 15 Pro, and I've been using it now for about 8 weeks. The first thing I want to address is the overheating issues. This is by far the biggest controversy that I've seen online about this phone. That first day I was setting up and getting all my data transferred over, the phone did get really hot, and that continued to happen throughout the first few days of use. I would take it off the charger and it would be hot or just randomly throughout the day touching it. However, it's been over probably 2 weeks since that happened, so I don't think that's something you really need to worry about. Apple also announced, and actually by the time this video is live, the update should already be out, that they were pushing some updates that were going to address some of those overheating issues. Now the design. I did go with the natural titanium finish, and I still think this is the best looking model by far. I think it looks nicer than the stainless steel models. The industrial look, it has just kind of my design taste. Now, the one downside is the phone does feel very slippery. The edges and most especially the corners have a very soft feel. So I find that a lot of time I'm holding the phone with two hands just because I don't want to drop it. It doesn't feel fragile, but I still kind of have the need to baby it a little bit. I am still going to go caseless this year, so wish me luck. This is just the Pro, so it doesn't have the 5x lens that the Pro Max has, but one of the biggest improvements is the introduction of ProRes log shooting. This allows you to take incredibly high quality videos on the iPhone and have a ton of flexibility in post-production. Colors are significantly more vibrant, and the footage itself just looks beautiful. It won't be ready to watch straight out of the camera though, so you're gonna have to take it into some other software like DaVinci Resolve, Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro to make it look right. I also wanted to note that it does take up a ton of storage. A minute of 4K 30 video in log is 5.5 gigabytes. So depending on how much storage you have, that might only be enough for a few minutes of video. However, now that we have USB-C, you can take an external SSD or SD card and record straight to that. The other change is that you can set the phone's camera to shoot in 3 different focal lengths: 24, 28, and 35mm. While these aren't the actual focal length, it's all done digitally. This can be a quick way to get a specific framing for your shot. So in the last month, battery life, probably as expected, has been good. I've had no issues with it lasting my entire day. By the time I go to bed, it's sitting somewhere around 10 to 20%, sometimes though even higher. It is of course going to depend on how much you use your phone, but for me, I have a few hours of on-screen time, and then the majority of the day is just Spotify or audiobooks in the background. Charging up with USB-C has been so convenient because oftentimes I'll forget to charge overnight, but I can just use the cable that I have in my bag and plug that into my MacBook. The action button here on the side, it's a useful tool, but honestly, I haven't really been using it for much. I use it pretty much just for my sleep focus mode. So when I'm going to bed, I can just click that and it just goes on to sleep. It like saves me 2 steps. It's not really, again, anything too crazy, but it's nice to have that there, and I don't know, we'll see if Apple continues to use it down the line. I've already hinted towards it throughout the video, but USB-C really is the main feature, if I can even, call it that. That makes this phone somewhat worth the upgrade, I would say. First world problems for sure, but my tech carry is now significantly simplified, only having to carry a single cable. One funny thing that you can do now is connect the phone right up to an external monitor. So if you have a USB-C or a Thunderbolt cable, which is USB-C essentially, you can plug that right into an Apple Studio display. You can plug it into any other external monitors and it will work fine. Overall, the iPhone 15 Pro brings a nice set of quality of life improvements. This is nowhere near a leap or an incremental upgrade, but I do think USB-C is going to be that main driver for most people to upgrade to this phone. The way I see it, iPhones are really meant to be updated every 2 to 3 years. That seems to be the sweet spot. The trend I've noticed is that this is the time interval in which we either get a pretty significant design change or just enough incremental, those small tiny changes stacked up that makes for a more meaningful upgrade. I'm hoping that with the 16 lineup next year, we'll see an even bigger upgrade or design change. So that wraps it up. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about the phone down below. And until next time, take care.